Hi everyone, it's Kay here. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm going to be making something with the scraps that I got as part of the scrap swap that was organised by Tracie Fox as part in her Facebook group, Foxy Crafters. And I should have made something earlier, but I just didn't think of it. Anyway, so I'm going to, if you can't remember what I got in the scrap envelope that Kathy sent me from Queensland, then I'll link the video below if you have to have a look at. So one of the things that she sent me was this lovely beautiful tissue paper, so I'm going to make a folder out of it, but because it's a little bit torn, because I think it's recycled, because I've got something similar in my stash already, I've used a couple of layers just to give it a bit of strength. I don't want to put anything stiff in there because I want to keep it nice and sounding lovely and soft. I've cut some flowers using this uniquely creative die from the pianola paper and the page paper that was in the scrap that she sent me. And when I saw the scraps, I thought it was this side that she was showing, and yes it is, but I'm going to use this side because I think it'd be fabulous to match that. And there was this little texture thing that I'm going to be using as well, so I just need to straighten this up a little bit, this bit of paper. So I've got a ruler here. I'm going to put it against that line there, and I'm probably going to chop off heaps here. I don't want to chop off heaps really, just want to be careful. I just don't know whether I could draw a line on it without ripping it. That's the thing. It seemed to have disappeared. Oh, that didn't work, did it really? Don't want to. Maybe I should just use guesstimate by looking at the lines on my mat. The last couple of days, it's January in Australia, and normally it's supposed to be really hot, but it's been cold, raining, miserable, most unusual. We'll probably get our weather hot in August, like in autumn, like we have the last couple of years. I don't think it will work any other way to cut this, because tissue paper is so fragile. And I just want to cut off some of the bottoms. I'm just using, like I said, I'm just using the lines on my mat, really. I don't want to make it too long. What's it like on the other side? Just cut it there. Let's have a look. Hope you can, sorry, am I off the page? Probably. Let's have a look. Move it up a little bit. Just follow this line here. I'm going to use a little bit of glue just to stop it from moving around, and we'll later on use my sewing machine to sew it. Hopefully I can sew it. I've never tried sewing with the tissue paper, but I have seen other people use it, so I'm hoping it'll work, just to sort of hold it all together. Just a little bit of glue just to hold it now, not a lot. Might put more later on. So I'm going to fold it over. Which way shall I fold it? Got glue on my fingers now. Shall I do it this way or that way? I think I might do it this way. I like the crinkledness of it. Looks really good. That's not too bad considering I cut it freehand. That's pretty good. So what I thought I would use would be, I've got glue on my fingers, was to use a bit of this texture dye and put the heart on the texture die. I'm just trying to work out how I want to use. I don't want to use the whole texture. I just want a little bit of texture. Do I just put a little bit of it like that? Sort of like that. Cut that bit off through there. and I'll just use some of it inside when I do something inside. Whether I create a little notebook or a ephemera holder folder, I haven't really decided really, but I'm just going to decorate the front using the scraps that I got from Kathy. So I'm going to glue that down with a bit of 450. Hope you're all doing well and haven't got over Christmas and back to school and everything. Like my husband's been doing this course in Adelaide, in the CBD of Adelaide, and yesterday was the first time he'd taken the train with everybody being back at school, and you know, some people probably had the time off because to look after their children, whatever. Anyway, there was, and I've been dropping them off with him at the train station, which is only about a couple, 5 minutes away, 6 minutes maybe, and by car, and dropped him off, and there was certainly a lot more traffic on the road yesterday. So I've got that there. I don't know whether I want to have a little bit of this cheesecloth because it's the same sort of blue as here, and there is a little bit of blueness about. I think it's more green than blue really. Whether I use that or this beautiful little shiny stuff, I don't really know. Oh, let's see this if we can build a flower. I know because it was the paper that I had was really small. I only just did a little bit of it. I think it'll go really nicely. It's very thin. I think that looks really good actually. I've got 2 of those, hopefully. Should have 2 of those. Because it's very thin, so I'm just having trouble prying. Oh no. Didn't cut it well. Oh well, never mind. We'll just maybe use it for something else. Just put them to one side for the moment. They've got a leaf from the pianola paper. Do I want to put that there as well? I could use a bit of ink just to give it a bit of ink here. The other one's too far away. Excuse me a minute. Just use a little bit of ink, I think. Around just a little bit, just to give it a bit of colour. Where's a bit of scrap bit of paper, Kay? So you don't put ink all over your mat. Just do it this way. Just put those over there. I might use them still. So both. I always do my videos way in advance, and when I'm talking to you, it's way happened ages ago. Both my sets of grandchildren had a lovely day at school. A lovely first week back at school. My granddaughter, who started school for the very first time, found it good, and that's all you can really want for, really, is for your children, grandchildren, children to enjoy school. It's breaking because it's just so fragile, so I've got to be really careful here. I might just dab it on here. Get a colour. Maybe a bit more blue. So, but I'll see my daughters tomorrow to have a bit more of a chat to find out a bit more information, because my eldest nephew is I'm doing it brown and it should be blue. Pink K. My eldest nephew and his wife are expecting their second child, girl. So there's a baby, going to do a baby shower tomorrow. Nice. So I'm picking up. So my youngest daughter's meeting us there because she's got to come from a different direction in the country, and we're going to meet at my mum's place and take her. My mum had her birthday this week as well. So she's 86, my mum. Doing really well, I think. Both my mum and dad are in a retirement village, but they're still very independent, and I keep saying they should get help with cleaning, but my dad's not keen to get somebody in, and he says he can manage, but it's a big ask, I think. Okay, where's my knife? Did I put enough glue on that? I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. It didn't come out very well. Let's try the other one. Oh, somebody's decided to set up their little circular saw, so apologise if you can hear that. Our houses are pretty close here because it's a modern area, newer area, and you know, like lots of places, they're all pretty close together. Big difference to what we lived in before. We lived in 2/3 of an acre, so just trying to fix my flower here. Maybe I should have just done a bit more blue on that one. Just looks so, it's just too much the same. Oh dear. Sorry if you can hear that. I can't do much about it, really. Didn't they make it look? I might have to use the background for something else. Isn't that pretty? Oh goodness me! I wonder what they're doing. Wonder what they're doing. This one here, I think. This one. Good colour on it. So anyway, we've had a bit of rain on and off last couple of days. Back to wearing sort of jumpers and cardigans and things is crazy. And I'll put a little this is from my stash, little bling from the, it's not really the same colour blue as that. I don't really have that kind of blue, but that's alright. Sort of, probably should have just made the whole thing blue, but that's alright. A bit more blue. Perhaps I could use my faded denim rather than the blue I've got here, the broken china one. Don't think it looks too out of place, really. A little leaf there. Wow, what's he doing? Because there's a rental property next door, so I don't know what they're doing. Oops, that's just not going to stay there. Oh no! The paper's so fragile. Sorry. Hopefully that'll work. Oh no, do you know what? I've got around the wrong way now after all that. Try this one, okay? And I might get the other. Maybe I should have just used. The leaf is just so fragile. Probably should have put the cheesecloth underneath, okay? That was a bit silly of you, but I can't pry it up next. It's just too fragile. I try to pry it off. It's just going to break. I just know it is. So maybe you can just make a little. I just should have thought of it before. I really should have. Why do I do these things to myself? I don't know. Just, I don't think it's going to come up very easily though. Very carefully. Just might. Because the fences are 6 foot high, you know, you can't really sort of peer over the fence to see what they're doing. Oh, that works. Just put a little bit more cheesecloth out so I can see the colour. Not that I would really have a look, but you mean what I'm saying is like when we lived before, you could sort of see what the neighbours were, because of the fence we had was, because we're 2/3 of an acre, was basically a open fence, and you could see. I think that's looks good. Just a little bit of glue just to hold it in place. Maybe a little bit up here. Just a little bit under this. If I can pry it up very carefully. I don't want to break it. Do you ever do that? Do something and then think, oh, why did I do that? Should have done it that way around. This is so pretty, Kathy. This cheesecloth. I don't know how you did it so that it was sort of like ombre colour, unless you sort of dipped it in at the same time. Oh, I really hope that's not intruding too much into the video, that noise. It's quite loud. This is Saturday, so it is the weekend for him. Normally you don't hear them at all. The people next door, they're so quiet. I just got to put that glue down there underneath the flower if I can. Just a bit of glue. And I quite like the way that sort of turned out, just by using the scraps that I got from Kathy as part of the Tracie Fox's swap in the Foxy Crafters Facebook group. And she did, Tracie did her little video on a Friday and called it Friends Friday, so I might call this Friends Friday but not put it on out on Friday. So I'm so glad Tracie put the video out yesterday, because I just hadn't thought about making something for her with the scraps, which is really bad of me. But when you're not sort of 100%, sort of things like that just sort of slip your thoughts. Do I want a little bit there? Or not? No. And do I want a little bit of a flower on this side, just to sort of balance it out maybe? No. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And I will put the sewing machine around this side and then decide whether I'm going to make it into a little booklet or a little ephemera holder. So thanks again, Kathy, for your lovely scraps, and I'm really happy with what I've done. And thanks again for dropping by, and we'll see you next video. Bye bye.